Pizza Head Podcast is an animated show that can be found on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram under the name Pizza Head Podcast. So go check it out. I'm the animator and the voice of Pizza Head, but I'm the voice of Pizza Head. All right, welcome back to the Pizza Head Podcast with me, Joey, Pizza Head, and our guest, Andy the Alien. How are you, Andy? Woo!
Woo! Yeah, I'm back.
Where you been, man? You've been gone for a long time.
I know. I did miss it. Just new job and everything like that. And
Where are you working at? Would you like to tell
uh,
the audience where you work?
uh, no.
Why not?
Yes, I'd prefer not
No,
to.
I know. I'm just messing
But,
with you. You
yeah.
work for, can I say it in general what you work for?
Oh, okay.
You work for a social media platform. So,
Correct. Yes.
so why isn't this show more successful than if you work for a social media platform? God,
Because
get
I'm
us
an
on the
idiot.
air. He's Andy the Alien.
That's why I played the alien.
Always getting a new job. Um,
Oh man.
no, that's great. That's great. You weren't on vacation, were you? Didn't you go to Baltimore recently?
It wasn't too recently. It was like back during Christmas time. And it was actually like a blast. Yeah, I've seen the family in a while. And my dad's getting old. He has like these replacement needs, so they installed this elevator in
They
there.
installed that elevator. I thought he bought that elevator. That thing's
Well,
pimp.
he
Is
did. He didn't do it as himself because he can't move.
no, I mean he bought it, right?
Yeah. He got it.
That's
It took like
crazy.
6 months, but they got it installed. It goes up 3 floors. It doesn't go all the way to the top one, but it goes down to the others.
Let me get
And
this straight.
it's
It goes up and down. That's baller.
correct. Yeah. It's pretty badass. And I just found out that my mom, she told me today, is getting a hip replacement. So it's like, thank God, this was
Jesus.
a
This is
good
an
decision.
uplifting first portion of a hip replacement.
I
Man,
mean, every old person gets one eventually. She just went on long enough, but
that's true.
yeah.
Man, and with the hips they're making nowadays, who knows? Sky's the limit. She could be running marathons.
Well, that's a stretch. I
Yeah.
don't have a replacement hip, and I can't run a marathon. that
You
said,
could.
I'm very out of shape.
Oh, don't sell
So
yourself too short there.
no, I
Strawberry
am. I'm
shortcake.
selling myself truly.
So what do you know about since you work in the technology field, have you heard of these AI sweaters, artificial intelligence sweaters? Have you heard of this?
Oh,
So
the
there's these
hell's that?
sweaters, they're by Hack a Day is their website, and it says the headline reads Render yourself invisible to AI with the adversarial sweater of doom. So basically it's these ugly sweaters. Have you ever seen that movie 12 Monkeys with Brad Pitt? I forget what it's called
A
exactly, but
million years ago.
they all dress all weird like that to fool the cameras. It's basically what they're doing there. These ugly sweaters that look like, when you click on those random patterns for websites, if it asks you if you're not a bot or not, if you're not a robot, they kind
Yeah.
of look like that. They look like artificial pictures, and they're like ugly Bill Cosby sweaters. Let's not talk about Bill Cosby too much, Hot Cosby. But
That's Cosby.
yeah, you
And
got
his
Hot Cosby.
sweaters were awesome.
I kind of want
So,
to get some of those now that I'm older. Get some
oh yeah.
Cosby
I
sweaters.
don't respect the man, but I respect the sweaters.
Yeah, you just you can't hate on his sweater game though. So
No.
anyways, they render you invisible to artificial intelligence. What do you think about that? We're all being spied on all the time. What do you think about that?
I'm kind of confused about it though.
They're
If
ugly
they're
sweaters. They make you not visible to cameras and artificial
what do you
intelligence.
mean? They make you like invisible so a camera can't actually see you when you wear
Yeah,
this ugly Christmas looking
yeah,
Cosby sweater?
yeah. You become like noise. Like, have you ever seen that Black Mirror episode where they have if you've never seen Black Mirror, it's a show on
Oh, I
Netflix
have.
that
Yeah.
it shows that, well, I'm telling the audience
I
here,
know, I
there's
know,
other
no,
people
I'm sorry.
listening here.
I'm sorry.
Geez, so inconsiderate. No, you're all right. Um, it's kind of like that. It makes you all fuzzy to the camera and you won't be able to be seen. What do you think about that? Your thoughts?
Well, it's kind of like a chameleon. It's like Metal Gear Solid or something like that, where you wear
Yeah.
one of those stupid ass. But I mean, it works out in the end. Except Metal Gear Solid guy had like a cool ass suit,
Snake
or
Plissken was his name. Snake Plissken. That was a ripoff of a movie called Escape from LA. The script is directly stolen from that movie. Hideo Kojima admitted it.
what's
And
his
he,
last name?
Hideo Kojima.
No, the snake. What?
Pliskin. That's his name
That,
in the movie.
his first name is so much cooler.
That's his name.
Pliskin.
That's his name in the movie.
All right, cool. I mean, snake. They could have made it so much cooler.
I
Like,
think Pliskin means snake in another language.
so snake, snake.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's not
I
creative.
used to know a whole bunch of stuff about that movie. It's a really good movie. I mean, for the time, the premise. You know how in Metal Gear Solid, it's like you get in the video game he gets injected with a thing called Fox dye. Spoiler alert, because I'm about to ruin the game, and he fights all these enemies. In his hopes to save this girl at the end, he gets sent in there like Rambo style. He's like, I don't want to go, and then they make him go. And he goes in and he has to save Cheryl, which and prevent Metal Gear, which is this basically like a weapon from being deployed on the United States. But long story short, the movie is the same thing. He has a bomb strapped to his, or it's a bomb inside of his body, and Snake Plissken in the movie has to escape from New York and LA. There's two movies before the bomb explodes and they make them do all these missions. It's a really fun idea. You know what I mean? You have
Can
to
you stop
force.
saying Pliskin? Just say snake. It makes it more like intense. You know, snake Pliskin.
That's the name.
Well,
You can't
it's stupid. No, all right. I'm not gonna say
Pliskin.
stupid. No, that is rude. In case anybody out there listening has the last name Pliskin, I'm sorry, but it's unfortunate.
Is
Uh,
it? Is it better than your last name? Should I
oh,
say
my
your
last name
last
sucks. My last name sucks.
name? Oh my God.
And I got so many. Right. Well, I'll
What's
just say
your
it. My
what's your
last
last
name's
name?
Humphrey. My last name's Humphrey.
Did you say hump a tree?
Humpatry. See, you went where I was going because you had like Humpatry. Oh my God, there were so many. Um, God, one time I tripped over. It was what was it? It was like a big rock, and because I was playing soccer when I was, and I wasn't popular, I
No?
got a little popular in high school, but like in middle school, I was like running down playing soccer, and I tripped over a rock, and then the team started calling me Hump a Rock.
Oh,
I mean,
insult to injury.
that doesn't even rhyme.
No, it's not very good. It's not very good. Okay,
So
here we go.
whenever I did something dumb, it'd be like hump of something.
Hump of something. It's gonna be the name of our next T-shirt brand.
Hell
Hump of
yeah.
something. So the origin of Pliskin is a Jewish locational surname, which originally meant buckle your seatbelts and hold on to your butts. A person from the village of Pliskin, Belarus, or Pliski, Poland. The name may refer to Joseph Pliskin, Israel health researcher. That didn't really help very much, but there you go. Pliskin. Kind of reminds me of Rumpelstiltskin. That's a
That doesn't
messed
make
up.
it any more cool, Joe.
You ever heard of that story, Rumpelstiltskin? That's a horrible story for children to learn. That the guy comes and he steals your firstborn child, but you gotta spin a needle of golden thread. What the hell was going on in that
Actually, can you
fairy
remind me of
tale?
that? I know like most of the fairy tales, but I always forget Rumpelstiltskin. I sometimes I always kind of confuse it with Humpty Dumpty for
I
some
confu
reason.
I
I
confuse
don't
it.
know why.
Rumpelstiltskin, right? So I remember. Let's see, off the top of my head, I remember in the fairy tale Rumpelstiltskin snapshots. We'll look it up but I'll try to think of it in my head here. I remember that at the end, spoiler alert, if you if you haven't ever heard
Spoiler
of.
alert! Spoiler alert! If you haven't read Rumpelstiltskin,
So
come on.
there's some kind of transaction, but at the end, he wants to steal the lady's firstborn child. This has to do with castles back in it's always reference to like food and scaring children. But at the end, you have to say his name backwards. That's also the premise of Wrath of Khan, right? That's how they get a Star Trek Wrath of Khan. That's how they kill him in the end. They get say his name. Oh no, that's Superman. I forget. Uh, but at the end, you say his name's backwards and he disappears. But let's look it up. Let's see.
How the hell do you say his name backwards? It's Rumpelstiltskin?
I don't know. Let's see here. The title character is a mysterious gnome-like man who spins straw into gold. That's right. He spins straw into gold for the benefit of a beautiful miller's daughter in exchange for her future firstborn child. The little man reappears to demand his payment when the young woman, now the queen, bears his first child. But then she says, I think from the top of my head, uh, his name backwards. And should I just read this fairy tale? I mean, uh,
Probably not.
people are just
People,
running on a treadmill right now, or I don't know what they're doing, but they're listening to us. Thank you for listening. We got speaking of
I'm
the
sure if you're running on a treadmill, the first thing you think of is, man, I wish I was hearing Rumpelstiltskin right now. That's the first thing I would think of if I was on a treadmill. Or maybe Snow White would be a second. Cinderella would be the second. Then
speaking of
Snow White.
speaking of the Pizza Head podcast, we got some new content coming out. We got t-shirts. If you go to Instagram, you can look up
I'm sure you want to end this conversation.
well, you squashed my Rumpelstiltskin idea. I was on
Oh
a roll
fuck.
there. But
Yeah.
so we got some new stuff going on. We got some more viewers on YouTube. I've been looking up all sorts of ways to help the show. I'm not using AI yet, but I am kind of starting to. I find it really I don't know. It's like base when you make AI type chat GPT type a script for you. I've tried it. It's not interesting. They're boring. I guess I'm not using it right. I'm not a computer expert. I'm not a computer scientist here. I'm not a computer doctor, but I can't I just enjoy
You've been
writing them
lying to me all
myself.
these years.
Um and that's what I'm going to continue to do, just making stupid fart jokes and yeah,
I
blowing
don't
up.
know. Would this be considered AI? Like, I guess maybe it would. So, hear me out. I love the band Slipknot. Obviously, it's no secret.
Yes, sir.
And there's a YouTube video of this guy who's like really hella talented on the guitar and everything. And he's like, I'm going to create a Slipknot song and you'll hear it. So he's like, first we need lyrics. So he just types in random words, like things Slipknot would say, like death, mother effer, hell and stuff. And he types in a bunch and it writes out a whole script of lyrics. And it's like all really dark sounding and in the way that Slipknot would. And then he starts to just do like a random riff, and then he uses a voice changer to make him sort of sound like Corey Taylor in a
Wow.
bit, and the AI actually what is it? It kind of like works with his voice to give it that sound. So by the end of the song, it sounds like a Slipknot song, and you can even see on YouTube people are like, "That's even better than most Slipknot songs." And
Oh,
all it
come
was
on.
basically using like AI, like you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. That's how
Look,
crazy it is. And it's not just Slipknot; they can do it with a lot of bands. It's
it's
nuts.
true. I heard a Nirvana song like that and it's pretty freaking good. So,
Yeah,
yeah, that's the weird thing is that like it's really good at some stuff. And then they just launched the new Chat GPT 4 a couple of days ago. What day is it today? What day is it, Andy? Today's
it's the
Friday.
24th. Yeah.
Today is the 24th of Smarch. Lousy Smarch weather. Um, but that's what sucks is that yeah, it's awesome because you can create these crazy good sounding music, uh, art. They're starting to do video now. So I'm just talking strictly about writing scripts. A lot of people are getting caught plagiarizing because a lot of kids are using it to do their homework, which good on
Yeah.
them. School is boring. Most of what I learned was in college, and that's when I focused on what I wanted to learn. They spend a lot of time teaching you useless stuff in school. If you're a kid listening to this, pick up a book called Rich Dad, Poor
If you're a
Dad.
kid listening,
Hold on,
just
hold
drop
on.
out.
Pick up a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad and start learning how to manage your finances. That's what you really need to learn while you're in school because if you're a sophomore, you got 2 years to figure out what the heck you're going to do to start making money and manage it and pay taxes at the end. You got to learn that stuff like right away. And nobody ever, if if your parents aren't jerks and they don't show you anything. But it's hard to manage your credit cards and your taxes and stuff. Seriously, not to get too seriously, but I'm starting to sell t-shirts and stuff. And even something as simple as that, you got to pay taxes on that at the end of the year and stuff like that. So if
That's
you're
true.
an
And the t-shirts you're
entrepreneur,
making are cool. The
thank you
ones
very much.
that,
If you're
yeah.
an entrepreneur out there, which I guess we're trying to be over here, pick up a book. Yeah, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. This guy's all over the internet teaching people how to invest and stuff. But it's just a easy way to learn accounting because accounting is really boring. My mother did it for 30 years and she hated it. Go ahead, Andy. We
Well, you
got
got to finish
t-shirts.
school a little bit because you have to be literate to read it. Well, I guess there's audiobooks now, but let me get back
Yeah,
to AI really quick.
go ahead.
Do you think, like when someone doing that song, like the Slipknot example, or you said Nirvana, do you consider that creativity?
No.
In the same sense, no, because they are essentially, I mean, they can write their own songs, but they're putting in things that they're feeling, like they're typing it in. Let's assume they're not trying to
Ah,
cover a song. Type in stuff so it gives them lyrics to which will kind of encompass of what they couldn't do.
yes.
And then they actually write the kind of riffs and it meshes it together. And then they do lyrics, but it kind of meshes together, which I guess, you have auto tune and everything like that, but that's a little different. So this will bring a song together with your own creativity, kind of like how it is when, just making electronic music in general. Just with this,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, isn't it creative? Like,
No, it's super creative, but I'm just saying unless we're in the Matrix already, a robot's doing all the work, and
right.
the like the old saying goes, the devil's in the details. Those mistakes that you hear in songs are what make songs beautiful. Like those stories. You're not gonna have those stories of like
Yeah.
just off the top of my head, what's that lady that sings she's in Impractical Jokers movie. I forget her name. Paula Raul, something like that. Sooner or later, the rhythm's gonna get you. But there's a song, a famous song of hers, where she recorded it in a studio where there was a bathroom next door, and there was a guy banging on the the bathroom stall, telling her to be quiet. And it's in the recording. You can't hear it, but she tells stories about that. And just like how people connect in the music industry as well,
Yeah.
it's like
I thought you were
it's
going to
all
say
these.
there was like fart sounds and stuff.
No,
That was not planned, but we kept it in the song.
yeah, no, it
Banging on
doesn't
the
really work.
bathroom door.
Banging on the
Stop
bathroom door.
farting. We're recording a song.
Right.
but
Ugh.
no, but I understand what you're saying. It's about like human error because that happens.
Yeah, yeah.
It's actually the same with sports. A lot of people say is you can get rid of referees, because now they have like drones and
Ah,
stuff like that. But people enjoy that kind of thing because if bad calls happen, it's the human error aspect of it. It's
yeah.
supposed to be raw. It's supposed to not have all that shit. But obviously, there's no reason for referees anymore when it comes to professional sports.
Yeah, like it's the human element. Like I'll give you an
Yeah.
example. If we're driving down the road and I see a self-driving car, I'm talking about right now the year 2023. There'll be advancements in the future. But I'm driving down the road and I see a self-driving car with a human in it. I feel much better than if I were to see that car driving down the road on its own. It's like there's no human in there watching what's going on here. We're just letting this thing drive around willy-nilly. I
Well,
don't
I
think
mean,
so.
people drive like
I don't
shit
think
too.
so. I don't think so.
By the way, I forget. Am I allowed to cuss on here?
Yeah, sure. I'm just
Okay.
trying not to.
Well, I mean, people
I got
people
a kid
drive
now,
like
so I gotta
shit. I know, I
watch it.
understand. Yeah, you're a dad. But
Yeah, I adopted a Lebanese child.
aw.
It was a hard process, but Lebanon gave me a kid. I call him. No, I'm not making fun of the Lebanese. I don't even actually know where that is. Go ahead. I didn't
That
adopt
was a
anyone.
good. But,
America's
basically,
schools.
people
That brings
drive
me
like
back to.
shit. I mean, if you look at it, all right, people drive like crap. Um, and with the self-driving cars, it's like the way I think
The
it's
way of
too
the
soon. I
dodo.
do think it's too soon. For
Too
it
soon, too soon.
too
Tsunami.
soon, but I think it needs to like people need to get used to it. Because
Sure.
how about this? How about this? You're at a light, like a long red light, right? And if everyone wants to turn green, all the cars went at the same time. You know, it would just be smooth.
So you're
Um,
talking about a world full of men.
what?
I don't know. I'm just talking shit. You're talking about a utopia. You're talking
Well,
about
it's just
that
like
movie AI
cars,
with
if
Will
they were
Smith,
all self-driving, they
I
would
Robot.
process it perfectly. Like, okay, all the cars go in sync right now. And they have the Tesla. I actually went in a Tesla self-driving car. It was kind of funny. It was a Uber drive. And he had a cool Tesla. And I was like, hey, show me the self-driving feature. And he's like, okay. So he put it on, and it was just a short trip, but he put it on, and it was like, whoa, this is cool. It was like safe and everything. He just took his hands on the wheel. You can always grab control, and which is important so you don't like fall asleep in it. Which would be dope though. Like if you have an early job, take a nap, but that's probably not safe at this point.
Yeah, that's what I would get it for. I
Hell
wish,
yeah.
yeah, I would love to do that.
But
Tell it to pick me
it
up.
literally just took me he didn't touch the wheel. Took me all the way back to my apartment. Perfectly.
That's beautiful.
Oh, it's
Yeah, we
so
just got to get
cool.
used to it. We just got to get used to the self-driving cars and the computer chip they're going to put right up in your head. Just get used to it.
Yeah.
I think that we should just get used to everything, and I also think if your cousin's really hot, you should be able to have sex once.
That's
That's a
yeah.
David Tell
I
joke.
mean it's
Thanks for the memories.
we're
Shout out
living
David
the
Tell.
land of the free. It's
No, that's not what that means at all.
what
Because you're
having
suppressing
sex with a
somebody
cousin?
else's, yeah, you're suppressing somebody else's rights. Okay, that was a joke. I don't really think that. Jesus Christ, Andy, what's wrong with you?
You're the one who brought it up.
I didn't bring anything up. You're accusing me
I
of
I did not say anything
self-incrimination.
about cousins. I was talking about self-driving cars. Then all of a sudden you whip that out of your ass. No idea.
Uh, this isn't, there's no evidence except for this recording, and that won't stand up in court.
We can always burn
ChatGPT
it.
is
Yeah.
has passed the bar exam. The computers will never convict me. I'm one of them.
Right.
Bow to our digital masters.
Always trust a man who's talking about law when he has a Krusty the
Ah, you
Clown
messed up the
toy in the
joke.
background. I did mess it up.
I got
But I
yeah,
mean,
I
look at
got
that.
itchy
How
up
can
there
I take
too.
you seriously when you're talking about anything serious? All I see is a boatload of toys in your
Not a
background.
boatload. There's two, and I have a
No,
daughter.
there's
They're
not. Look
hers.
on top of you. You have like what is that? A train or some shit? I
All
don't
right,
know.
that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to the subject at hand.
I forgot what it was.
Uh, I don't know. I was bringing up sweaters. I would wear. Would you wear an ugly sweater if it would kept you invisible from a camera? I would. I think it's pretty cool.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's hella cool. It's like I mean, that's like ultimate feature. It's like, yeah, you are invisible. Then, I mean, isn't that like people's ultimate sense of like superpowers? When people ask, what superpower would you want? It's usually either flying or
Mm.
invincibility.
You
So I
bring up
would,
a good topic. Let's defend these in the last. We got about 5 minutes left here. Let's defend
okay.
these. I'm gonna be flying. You be invisibility. Let's defend these two topics. I'm flying. You're invincibility. I'm gonna defend mine and talk mess about yours. Okay, so flying is great because, like you said, it eliminates the commute. I could just, if somebody's giving me a boring conversation, I'm just put up my fist. I'm out of here. Boom, I'm gone. Talk about travel. Everybody loves traveling. You don't got to buy tickets no more. You bundle up nice and warm because it's cold up there, and you're in Europe in a couple of minutes. What do you got for your invincibility?
Well, no, I have a question about you though.
Visibility sucks.
Are you the only one who has the power to fly at this moment?
Yes.
Then that's a bad thing because okay, first off, if you want to fly off from a conversation, you can't have one inside. It's always going to have to be outside,
Mhm.
and not many people just stand up from their couch, walk out and say, "Hey, I want to talk to you outside." And it's like, the reason I'm doing this is because if you bore me, I'm going to
No, I'm not
flap off.
always in flight. I'm not always in flight. I can
Yeah,
sit
but
and
if you're going to be in flight, your conversation has to be outside.
sky rockets in flight.
Exactly.
Afternoon
I guess.
delight. That song is about having sex in the
The
afternoon.
other thing
No, hold on.
is
Wait a
air
minute.
traffic. Air traffic. You're flying around.
That
They
is a
don't know.
hazard. That is a
It is
hazard.
because if no one, that's why I asked, are you the only one flying?
That is a good
Because if
point. But
other
listen,
people
wait a minute.
were,
Hold on. We're
okay,
discriminating against the flightful. Let's talk about the invisibility people. You're
okay,
sneaking into girls' locker rooms, just
yes.
disturbing them, harassing them, looking up girls' skirts. That's what you would do with your
No, I wouldn't be
invisibility tactics.
harassing.
You're
How
robbing
would that be
banks.
harassing? They wouldn't see me.
That's
I'm not,
disgusting.
no,
You
it's just, it's
should
just,
be in jail for being invisible.
I'm just sneaking a peek. There's a difference.
He's just
Because if
sneaking a peek, he
you're,
says.
well, yeah, I mean, because you can't really
I'm solving
harass or
world
they know
problems.
that you're
I'm
invisible,
saving
idiot.
gulls out of the ocean that have had oil spills. What do they call? They call Joey flies. Get them over here. Pick them out. People that drowned in the ocean. I'm like Baywatch with Pamela Anderson. I'm flying in. I'm grabbing the people. I'm scooping them out. That's what's your well, how would you use yours to save humanity? Invisibility. It's a selfish superpower.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Well, tell me some
Um,
pros. You haven't defended invisibility not once.
okay, let's assume that you're Secret Service or something like that. You could sneak in, go into Kim Jong Un's, how do you pronounce his name?
Let me ask you
North
this though:
Korea.
are you
You
invisible
could
all the
sneak in
time, or can
there
you turn
and
it on and off? How do you turn it on and off? Do you turn it on and off, or are you invisible all the time?
oh well, no, you'd be able to turn it on and off because being invisible all the time would be awful.
It would
You
be
know?
awful.
Yeah.
That's right.
But
So
that's the
why would you
same as
want to be
you.
invisible?
Why would you like? Okay, can you land on the ground, or would you be flying all the time?
No, I can land.
Okay, so I can turn my power on and off.
But why is that good? What would you solve? How would you help? Describe to me a scenario where being invisible helps someone. Tell me that.
Okay, uh, let's assume that there's a World War III that's going to happen.
You got 2 minutes.
Okay, then let's forget that one. I was going to say something governmental. You can go in there and you can sneak around, but it would be
That is true.
cool.
You could do that. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, you could do that.
But then you're helping the war
Well,
machine. That's not helping
you
anyone.
already ruined the one thing about checking out chicks' tits, without them knowing. Like you already beat me to that one. You know,
Well, let me tell you something, because we're about out of time here. Let me tell you something that'll help you feel better here. You are invisible in the eyes of the world, Andy.
how does that make me feel better?
It
That's
doesn't.
oh.
All right. Well, let's
That was intentional.
give the win to flying and
Yes,
invincibility as a selfish superpower, but it would
I'll
still
give
be pretty.
flying. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, it will still be pretty cool to turn invisible. They're both good. What was I going to say? Let's end this. Go check out Pizza Head Podcast. We're going to have new stuff on Instagram all the time. Pizza Head Podcast on Instagram, Pizza Head Podcast on YouTube. We're growing the channel over there. And we got t-shirts over at Pizza Head Podcast. You go into the link on there. There's only one link, and you can get yourself a Pizza Head Podcast t-shirt. Please go check that out. Um, we just started doing it, so I don't know when they're going to arrive, but I'll have more information on that soon, and we're going to do more stuff. We're swinging at the fences here, people. What do you got to say over there, Andy the Alien? When are you going to be on the damn?
Absolutely, we want to bring people in because this is really fun for us, and hopefully it's fun for you guys to listen to. And I think that's how things grow. And we just hope you guys enjoy everything.
Yeah,
Because a
that's a
lot of
nice
times, a
message.
lot of times we don't have it planned, like what we just did today. We had no idea what we were talking about.
Yeah, it turned out
So
all right.
yeah, hope you guys like it.
Invincibility versus flying is what I'm
How
going to
did it
name
even
this
get
one.
to that? How did it even get
I
to
don't.
that?
I'm going to have to listen to the episode to find out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick some music on the end of this here too. So if you hear some music right now, I'll probably put it in already. I don't know. All right, man. Well, love you. I hope you are doing good over there, and I'll talk to you Or we'll do an episode here soon. I need the alien to get murdered
Oh yeah,
as a cartoon.
I'll take it.
All